Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so as always, you just need to choose pile 1, 2, or 3, whichever number or picture or category, whatever you're attracted to. Feel free to check out the description for the timestamps, and you can skip ahead to that part of the video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. I'm just going to start off by apologizing. I've only got one light working at the moment. I do need to get that fixed. Okay, so your overall card this week is talking about balance, and it's upside down, so it is talking about imbalance, not feeling 100%, things not going 100%. Now, look, we can't change what's happening in the outside world. So if people around you happen to all be in bad moods and going off at you and causing you havoc, then we can't really change that. Yeah, a kind word here or there, or trying to sort of help them, that helps. It goes a long way. However, that's not what this imbalance card is talking about. We're talking about the balance within ourselves. So using the same metaphor or the same example, you might not be able to change that your coworker is in a really foul mood and is short-tempered and snapping. But what you can do is change how you allow them to make you feel. So, yes, you could be offended and pissed off by them being angry and whatever, and be like, well, I didn't do anything to piss you off. I don't deserve to be spoken to like this. Yes, all justified thinking and feelings, not a problem. But at some point, we need to learn not to let people get to us. Just like, again, going back to schoolyard bullying, when we were kids, there are going to be bullies out there that just want to make everybody else suffer and cause pain. So the best way to deal with that sort of thinking is by not letting them get to you. Yes, we know it's a lot easier said than done, but when we grow up from kids to teenagers, and we learn this stuff as we grow up, but when we become adults, we expect everybody around us to act like adults. And the sad truth is, not everybody does. Well, we know not everybody does. Some people don't grow up, or worse, some people regress, like go backwards and start acting like teenagers again. So you've got to employ the thinking that, okay, these people are bullies. They are trying to cause you pain. They've got the shits. They want everybody else to have the shits. And so that's what they're doing. So part of this balance is like seriously putting your hand up and going, you know what? This person's in a bad mood. I'm just going to ignore them, or I'm just going to, whatever they say, I'm just going to go, and just not let them get to me. Because why should you? Why should you allow somebody else to put you down, make you feel like crap just because they're having a bad day or whatnot? Okay? So this is a bit, look, I do think it's more of a mental health issue at the moment to say this imbalance is around. Also, don't forget that, we are coming up to a busy time of the year. It's very stressful. We may not be thinking clearly. You've got to be able to stop every now and then and take 5 minutes for yourself. Because people are getting wound up so tight and running around like chickens with their head chopped off, like they've got a million things to do, which a lot of people do. But you've got to pace yourself. Life is balanced. You've got to balance it out. So if you're going hectic at the shops, on a Thursday night and going crazy trying to buy presents for everybody and get the shopping done and everything, then Friday afternoon you need to have some me time where you don't think about all of that stuff and you can sit down and watch a movie or read a book or something. You just need to balance life out a little bit. Okay? Alright, so your first card out is you're on the spiritual, this is the spiritual path card, very good sign. You're on the right track, you're doing everything right, okay? So let's make this picture a little bit bigger. Say that you're working your ass off at work and you might not feel like you're getting anywhere at the moment. That's what the imbalance. It's saying that you're doing the right thing, you're on the right track, keep going, you know what you need to do. Sometimes we, you know, even when we're on the right track, we face hurdles and we face issues. These are tests and challenges that life throw at us that we overcome. When we overcome them, that's when we really get rewarded by the universe and things start moving, and it's, you know, so it is kind of like, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? And again, life is balance. You've got to give yourself, there are going to be times when you're taking 2 steps forward. It's not always going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but sometimes it will be, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, then just pause. You know, life is a dance. So yes, you are gonna have to sometimes to find the right way forward. We do need to take a step back, but this is actually saying you're on the right path. Keep your head down, keep doing what you're doing. It's all going to be okay. This overseas travel card, this I'm getting is about movement forward. This is like the problems that you're going through, the issues that you're facing right now. It won't be long until they're a distant memory, like you're on the other side of the world, like all this time has passed. So you know how some weeks can be really long, and when we get to Friday, something that happened on Monday, it was like, oh my God, that only happened this week. It feels like it happened like 3 weeks ago. Or, you know, normally that happens when we're having a good time, but this is kind of the same scenario. It's like time is slowing down at the moment, and yeah. But look, keep doing what you're doing. Try and get yourself into that good headspace, and before you know it, it's going to be over and done with. You're going to be far away from these problems, okay? Now, the last card here is communication. So, look, don't hesitate to communicate. If you're having an issue or a problem, communicate. If somebody is giving you issues or problems, communicate. This is a very big emphasis, especially at the moment when everybody is getting wound tight. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to express your feelings. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of or put down for no reason, or somebody's not thinking of you, you need to be able to communicate that. You need to be able to talk. Now, if this is to do with friends or family or partners, then you need to be able to communicate. If you can't communicate with these people, then there's something wrong, okay? If it's co-workers and all that, you know, communicate. Tell them, look, I know you're in a bad headspace or you're having a bad day, but you're taking it out on me and I don't appreciate it. So just back off, calm your shit. You know, sometimes people don't even realize that they're being snappy until somebody points it out. And when I'm saying this, try not to do it in a confrontational way. Just like, are you okay? Yeah, why? Because you're snapping everybody's head off, and I'm, you know, I've got my own shit going on. I don't need to be taking this from you. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just stressed. Not a problem. Like, let's just get on with work. Other times they'll continue to snap. Hey, you've communicated, you've expressed yourself. They'll be a lot more mindful of you ignoring them and why you're ignoring them. It might actually put them in their place. So communication is key. It's very important at the moment. You need to be able to communicate, okay? Put yourself across all avenues of communication. Now, this card also does talk about legal paperwork. I don't think there's really much to worry about here. There's positive. If there is any legal paperwork in any sense, it is in a positive form. Okay, so it is going to be okay. Alright guys, I really hope that helped. If you want a full reading, head over to my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or you can contact me through any of the socials. Until next week, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Lee Free, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. Oh dear. Deary, deary me. Okay, well, that's the negative energy card. Okay, so look, obviously it is one of the worst cards you can get in my deck of cards, okay? So this negative energy card is like, this is normally somebody's out to get you or cause you harm. Now, I don't want to put that in anybody's head, especially in a general reading. What I am picking up, though, is, again, coming up to end of year, people are wound tight. There's just negative energy all over the place at the moment, you know, being forced to go and buy Christmas presents and Christmas shopping and deal with family and friends, and, you know, maybe you're hosting Christmas or holidays or whatever. It can get stressful, and that stress does turn, well, stress is a negative thing, and, you know, the more stress we get, the more negative we get, okay? Now, this card doesn't actually normally symbolize you as being the negative energy or having the negative energy, okay? It's normally negative energy around you, okay? So what I want to say to you is, look, not everybody is going to have the wisdom to stop and take a breath and take 5 minutes to calm themselves and get their mind straight, okay? You're going to be in the shops, and it's going to be like everybody's elbow gouging to get to whatever they want to get and pushing people out of the way, and, you know, we all have those horror stories, and that's day-to-day life, okay? So look, if you are feeling that you are surrounded by that energy, just in this sense, take a moment to realize that, look, I can't hold it against them. They're, you know, everybody's out for themselves and everybody's feeling the same way, and just don't take it personally, and definitely don't get swept up in it. So if somebody is like gouging your eyes out to get at the, you know, loaf of bread, don't turn around and start punching him in the head. Just turn around and take a step back and go, okay, look, obviously you need to learn how to manage your stress levels. Because instead of encouraging that, instead of getting involved in that and picking up that negative energy, your time and your energy is best taking a step back and going, even though you may have been there first, I'm going to take a step back and let this person go in like a bull in a china shop, grab that bread and walk and leave, and then I'll grab a loaf of bread. There's plenty of bread to go around. Do you know what I'm saying? It's that sort of energy that, well, I suppose it's kind of like a parent looking at a child, a 3-year-old, having a temper tantrum. Okay, I'm just going to wait until they calm down. Do you feel better now you got that out of your system? Normally the answer is no. But it is kind of, have that wisdom, have that that ability to be the bigger person and just be like, okay, all right, now off you go. You know, they've got their bread, they've gone, now you can continue on your shopping. Okay, look, I feel I've been seeing a lot of road rage out there as well. Yes, we all get swept up in that. You know, I will find myself driving from one point to another, and, you know, oh, there's traffic zones, or there's a school zone, or traffic is slowed down, and I start going, ugh, and then I stop. Thankfully, I'm blessed. I run my own business, so I create my own hours. So generally, when I'm going from point A to point B, I'm not on a time crunch. So, you know, I will feel that, oh, come on, hurry up, and then I'll stop and go, actually, I'm not on a time crunch. Take your time, like, you know, and even though it still sucks being caught in traffic or whatever, it lowers my blood pressure, it makes me feel better, and I actually look at everybody else in cars beside me that are like on the horn or ripping their hair out, and I'm just like, well, none of this is helping them get there any quicker, whereas I've been able to sit there and go, oh, I like this song, and I bop away to my music. I'm giving this as an example because obviously not everybody's going to be in that boat, but when you are stuck in traffic or something like that, getting angry and getting frustrated is not going to help, and that tends to be where we make silly mistakes or have little car accidents, okay? So don't get swept up in that negativity. Just take a deep breath and go, you know what? At least I've got 5 minutes to myself right now where I can just, you know, go through what I need to do in my own head, or whatever you need to do. Now, if you do happen to be stuck in the car with kids, you know, have a conversation with the kids about how was school today, and, you know, what do you want for Christmas? Well, you know, why do you think the ocean is blue? You know, use that time to bond with the children, especially if they are, you know, screaming and fighting in the back. You know, come up with, create a card game, or, you know, let's learn the words to a song, and we're going to sing that song, and whatever it needs to be. These are all just little ways of getting your mind in the right place to not allow that negativity to penetrate you. and to block that, because the more you block negativity, especially in the little things day to day, you're going to be able to have these coping mechanisms to deal with negativity in a big way. Okay, like if there's a big problem ahead. Okay, so your first card out, positivity. So the complete and utter opposite of this card. So it's really funny that we're just talking about all the coping mechanisms, because this is positivity around you. I feel like that this is not only saying try to be in a positive headspace, but it's saying you are going to be in a positive headspace. Okay, now there's a lot of people that are going to cheer you on. There's a lot of support there. You're going to find a lot of people that, you know, for every negative person, there's a positive person that's intoxicated by Christmas and a Merry Christmas. And, you know, you tend to speak to a lot more strangers at Christmas. I've been seeing the interactions with people in shops, and it's just like, it can be a really jolly time of the year. I can't believe I just said that. That just came out. But yes. So look, keep that positivity alive. I feel like it's like, take pity on those that are stuck in a negative headspace or whatever. I'm not saying be a doormat for them at all, but don't let them get to you. If you can save yourself from getting swept up in a fight or negative energy by allowing, you know, a person to cut in front of you in the grocery aisle, or again on the road, letting somebody in, you know, that's the unspoken rule. When there's a merging lane, you let everybody lets one person in and traffic moves. You know, sometimes it's better to save yourself that heartache and that anger and just go, you know what, good luck to you. So look, I feel like that there is going to be positivity inside you at the moment, and in the coming weeks. Don't let other people's negativity stifle that, okay? Next over is a prosperity card. So again, if you keep this positivity alive, there's a lot of good around you. This is money coming in. This is presence. This is enjoyment. This is good times ahead. Okay, so there's a lot of good energy here. Again, the key is not to let other people bring you down. Embrace the blessings that you have, and embrace all that's good in you. The more you kind of like leave negative people to themselves, like again, the bread aisle, let that person jump in front of you and grab that bread and whatever, because the sooner you let them do that, the sooner they're out of your life. They're in the next aisle, they're gone. Okay, and all you've had to do is be patient for 30 seconds to let this person reach in front of you and grab the bread and piss off. Okay, so this is the lesson. Sometimes it's better just to bite your tongue, let it happen. It's over and done with. No big foul, no big loss. Don't get stuck on, well, it's the principle, I was here first. Yes, that is true, but is it really worth the fight? Is it really worth getting in? Sometimes I'm a big stickler for sticking up for the principle of things, but sometimes in situations like this, and this is what causes road rage, you know, sometimes it's better just to go, look, I know I'm in the right, but I'm going to let you go first, because I'm not going to get, I can't be bothered getting angry about this. I've got better things to do or worry about. Now the last card is the connection card. This is good energy. This is actually feeling connected to the holiday spirit, to everybody around you. This is good. The more you let go of that negativity, the more you block that negativity out and fight that negativity, the more you're going to be connected to life. It's almost like, wow, I didn't give in to road rage and I let this person go in front of me, and now I get it. I actually feel good. I actually feel happy. Normally I would be like wanting to jump out of the car and go and bash on the windscreen. But right now I'm like, oh, well, whatever. And then you see that car. Look, this is a good sign about karma as well. That car that just cut you off might go and cut another car off, and it happens to be a cop car. And you're like, I'm so glad I let that happen, because if you had got out of that car, your car, and beat on their windscreen, then the cop right next to you would have arrested you. You know, you would have wasted all this energy and you would have got done. Whereas by taking a step back, they've continued on their way, they've made a mess, and now they have to clean up after it. It's the same as that woman in front of you stealing that loaf of bread, like getting to that loaf of bread. That's fine. You've taken a step back. She's obviously on the verge of exploding. She's going to go do that to somebody else, and it's going to turn into like a fight, a fist fight in aisle 3, and you're going to be like, you know what, I'm so glad that, look how embarrassing that is. I'm so glad that wasn't me. I just let her go. Do you know what I'm saying? There is going to be that connection and that newfound, wow, this is great. Now, not only will that help at the moment, but it'll help you in the long run as far as coping mechanisms go when dealing with negative people and negative situations around you. Alright guys, I really hope that helped. If you want a full reading, you can go to my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or contact me through any of the socials. Videos are up every Sunday night at 7 p.m. I'm also live on TikTok at 7 p.m. Sundays. If you have TikTok, feel free to come over and say g'day. Until next week, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 3, then this is your pile. This is your reading. Okay, so this is the summer card. It's upside down. Now, actually, I want to say to you, the summer card, the right way up is normally a positive card. Okay, now the fact that it's upside down normally has a negative connotation. I'm actually not picking that up for you guys. I'm actually picking up that this is actually very positive. It's kind of saying, don't worry about the holidays. It's all going to be fine. If you have a physical holiday planned that you're stressing about, oh, I might not have enough money, or what's the weather going to do? It's going to be totally fine, okay? If you've got a physical holiday planned at the moment. But overall, I feel like that this is coming up to end of year, Christmas, holidays, all of that. It's going to be totally fine, okay? A lot of us are running around like chickens with our head chopped off, trying to get every Tom, Dick, and Harry a present, making sure that we've got everything covered and crossed, and this person's coming, and blah, blah, blah. It's all going to be okay. That's what this is saying. So ease up a little bit, okay? The other thing here is the castles in the sky. Now, this normally talks about fantasy, living in a fantasy world. In this case, I feel like this is positive. It's kind of like embrace the holiday period. Embrace what Christmas is supposed to be. Because when you genuinely do that, it's kind of like going to be like, well, all the other stresses kind of melt away, because it's going to be like, look, regardless, there are presents to go around. It's not about the presents. Presents are always great, but it's the thought that counts behind the presents, but it's coming together, it's spending that time. As long as you have something to open, like a box of chocolates, great. A box of chocolates, when somebody looks at that wrapped up, it looks like a cliche cartoon present. So that's exciting enough. Opening up, it might be like, oh yeah, you got off cheap buying a box of chocolates. But at the same point, everybody loves chocolate, although I'm not the biggest fan. Wait, Billy. Sorry, my bubba's got scratchy, itchy time. She's losing her coat for summer. Okay, so yeah, like everybody likes, well, most people like chocolates. But it's also that gesture of, like we all know that sometimes people are hard to buy for. You put people in categories, okay, this person I'm buying a genuine present for, this person I'll just get something, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's still the thought that you've gone out of your way to get something for a person, okay? So look, don't, if you can't find the right present, then I'm a very big fan of making something from the heart, writing a beautiful letter, like, there are so many different things that you can do to express your love and companionship for a person. It's probably not the best word, but so look, yeah, this is kind of like, embrace the fact that you're going to have a great holiday meal, you're going to see family and friends, and yes, we know that's not always a great thing. There are going to be some times where, stop it, sorry guys, she's actually nibbling herself red raw, and she won't eat anything with her medication in it. So yeah, look, it's embrace the beautiful things about Christmas and the holidays, and just live in that fantasy that, it's all going to be okay, because it really is. So just keep telling yourself that. Not just keep telling yourself that, but actually know in your mind, in your heart, that everything's going to be all right, because it is, okay? I hope that made sense, and I apologize for the distraction. Okay, so this is positive. This is positivity. There's going to be a lot of positive energy around you, and you're going to have a lot of that positive energy as well. This is, look at the people cheering down here. There's a lot of people that are going to appreciate your efforts, that are going to be really excited to see you and spend holiday with you. So there's a lot, even going to the shops, there are going to be, yes, there's going to be nightmare Karens out there, but there are also going to be those people that, you know, are wearing a holiday shirt, and they see you wearing a holiday shirt, and it's going to be like, oh, Merry Christmas, and you know, people tend to speak to strangers a lot more during this period, because it's spreading that holiday cheer and that positivity. So, like, you know, if you see somebody that's got way too much shopping and you've got a spare minute to help them to their car, then do it. You may make a lifelong friend from that. But it's also, that's actually good karma, because you're not hurting yourself. If you've got 5 minutes to spare, help them to their car, or, you know, whatever you need to do. There are going to be some people that, you know, you might not be on a time crunch and other people might be. You might, you know, oh, please, go first. I'm fine, you know. Like, people might be on their lunch break and needing to buy something really quickly. You know, there's no harm in letting that person go first if they're in you know, a crisis of a time crunch and you're not. Same as road rage. There's so much road rage this time of year. You know, don't fight it. Even if you aren't on a time crunch, if somebody is being aggressive with you on the road, it's best to just let them go. Because sooner or later, they're going to do it to the wrong person, and they're going to cop that karma. But better than you get involved in an accident or a traffic dispute, especially in this day and age, just let them go. You know, in the long run, you're giving your you know, look, this person's cutting in front of me. It's really pissing me off, but I'm going to let it happen, because better that than the two of us butt heads and crash cars. So live in that positivity and just be like, look, good luck to you. I hope whatever's driving you to be this aggressive on the road, I hope you sort that problem out, because obviously it's making you you're not thinking clearly. You're turning into a complete and utter jerk. I wish you the best. You know, stay in that positive, heartfelt place, okay? Spread that positive cheer. Okay, so we've already basically discussed this card. This is negativity being around you. Fight it with positivity. This is people being stressed, road rage, people cutting in front of you in lines. You know, this is when you're not letting them do this. Sometimes it's better to just be like, look, if somebody cuts in front of me in a line, I normally start to fire up. And it's not normally because I'm in a time crunch. It's normally just the principle. Hey, I was here first. Or, you know, sometimes, like, if you're at the deli at Woolworths, and I'm going to use this because I used to work in a deli at Woolworths, and they happen to serve somebody that was there after you. Instead of getting irate and angry, understand that, you know, the person behind the counter has a million things to do, may have mistaken. They may have been on the way to you, and somebody's jumped in and grab them first, and they don't know how to deal with confrontation, have just gone with it. You know, yes, we can jump up and down in these situations and get negative and get angry, or we can just take a breath and go, look, you know, these things happen. They're only human. Understand that the people in retail and hospitality especially, they're only human. They're under immense amounts of pressure. You don't know if they've just been abused 15 times that morning. Like, just give them the benefit of the doubt and just say, you know, I was next. If people are trying to forcibly, look, I'm going to go back to road rage, get in front of you, just allow it, you know, just let them go, because, you know, I don't know if I think it was the last reading I gave the example of, you know, road rage, and you let them in, instead of beating on their window, you know, you stay in your car, and then they do it to another person that happens to be an undercover cop. in the car beside you. Had you really got out of the car and bashed on the window, then you would have been arrested by the cops, you know. I can't remember if it was this reading or the last one that I gave that example in, but it's that sort of situation. Just don't let negative people get to you, and make that decision that even though if you happen to be in the right, even though I'm in the right, I'm going to be the bigger person and let this person go in, because they're obviously having a worse day than me, or they're carrying on. Maybe they don't have the strength you have, or the wisdom you have, or the maturity that you have. So sometimes it's best just to let the angry person have their way, so you don't get swept up in that. It's not about them, it's actually about you in this scenario. Okay, so this is a prosperity card. This is everything paying off. Again, don't stress, it's all going to be fine. This is abundance, this is happiness, this is, look, it does normally talk about money, but in this case, this is good experiences, good results, everything working out and paying off, and being appreciated for your efforts. So there is a lot of positivity here, as long as you don't let negative people get to you, negative situations get to you, and don't let yourself get swept up in, especially when you go to the shops, you might be in a great mindset, but then there's people everywhere and they're all hustling and bustling, and before you know it, you're picking up on that energy, and then you're starting to get frustrated and irritable. Remember, even if you need to stop in the middle of the shopping center, please stand aside, not in the middle where everybody's walking, because that's creating road rage. You get road rage walking through the shopping centers. I'm sure you know what I mean. But take a moment to step aside and take 5 minutes to get your breath back and your head back, and like, I'm not going to let this energy go get to me. You know, when you calm your body, your heart slows, your blood slows, and all that anxiety and stress that's pumping through your head, that slows as well. It's all mechanical. It's all based on your body as well. So yeah, take time to calm yourself and then go for it. You're going to be like, oh, I feel so much better. I now know that I need to do this, 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 and this. Whereas you're running through the shopping center blindly looking at each shop. Do I need this one? Do I need that one? What am I doing? Where am I going? Who have I got to buy for? You know, take that moment to stop and calm yourself. Okay, guys, I really hope this helped. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me through my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through any of the socials. I'll be live at 7 p.m. on TikTok every Sunday night, and these videos are up every Sunday night as well. Feel free to go through the past videos as well if you would like a bit more of a reading, or if you know, if you're ever like, oh, I'm not feeling 1, 2, or 3 from this week, I might go through some of the other videos. Feel free. Till next week, guys, blessed be.